The only team that's never been beat in the best of 7 series is Disqualified Opinions, and we are back. America, I know you missed us. We're back with the hottest sports talk and all that other wild stuff we talk about. It's been too long. What's good, fellas?
What's going on?
It's been a minute. Nice
DC got
it.
Back. DC got on Antarctica in here. That's
Yo, you really got that? Oh, I just realized.
It's cold in here.
He said it's cold as a bitch.
This nigga snuggled up like somebody's grandma, man.
Hey.
Ooh, what we talking about today, Ross?
Man, it's been a while, so we're gonna try to give y'all a lot of different stuff today. We're gonna try to cover all our bases. We're gonna start off with the NBA. It's going on. It's every night, all night. Playoffs. We all know that the playoffs are here. A lot of these series are going as we've already expected them to go.
Yes.
And some have been. No, none of them have really been surprising to a certain extent, except one. But we'll get to that later. What y'all want to talk about first? The West or the East?
It don't matter.
Let's go West, since you know we have 2 resident West people and 2 people that don't have a team. So we're going to start with y'all over here. Since we're starting with y'all, the 2 versus 7, we have Phoenix versus LA. How many games do you guys have
5.
your team winning in?
5.
I agree. I don't really see Phoenix winning.
Although they say Chris Paul is back, like healthy. I still say that.
Chris Paul and healthy never goes in the same sense.
First of all, we back in LA. That's a huge difference. I don't remember the last time a playoff game was in LA.
2013, 8 years ago.
8 years ago. Yeah, Phoenix is they're on the road to be pretty good. We don't know how long Chris Paul has in the NBA.
Shout out to Chris Paul. Every team he ever goes to, you get nice as shit when he there, boy. Shout
I
out
agree.
to Chris Paul.
Devin Booker, we all knew he was a problem. But him and Ayton, they gonna have to go for like 70.
They've been balling in their first 2 playoff games.
Yeah.
Both of them have shown up in this
They
series.
have.
And I think that's the one thing that makes the series a little bit more interesting. I think missing Chris Paul throughout most of the first 2 games because of the shoulder injury is going to hold them back a little bit, because I do think he does come to play no matter what situation he's put in. So I think not having him at 100% definitely hurts Phoenix.
Facts.
I think even if he is back, I think it's just they as a team don't have enough playoff experience to beat the Lakers. Although the Lakers are not as good.
The Lakers aren't Lakering right now.
Yeah, they're not as good as they probably should be. So hopefully they can turn it around.
A big shout out. I don't want to give too much props, but what's that boy name? From Phoenix. I didn't expect him to ball out like that. Cameron Payne.
UNC Tar Heel, baby. UNC
Don't do
Tar
that,
Heel.
'cause you weren't saying nothing.
Last year, 2 years
UNC
ago.
Tar Heel.
When was the last time he was in the league before this year?
No, he was in the league. He was just dancing. He was just a dancing ass
That's all he
nigga.
was
No, oh wait, no, you said
Oh, he's not the
Cameron.
lead
Oh
for
no,
the-
I'm thinking Cam Johnson. That's why I said
Oh
UNC.
no,
Cam
Cam
balled
balled out.
I'm not talking about dancing Cam. Okay, I'm talking about Cam Johnson,
saying
not
just,
Cam Payne.
No, he balled out, but Cameron Payne.
He's looked good this year.
He picked up the slack,
He
but
looked good this year. Can't lie.
it wasn't enough.
No, it wasn't.
Go ahead.
I
Byron?
never bet against LeBron, especially in the first round. He's never lost first round series.
So
He doesn't look like LeBron.
How many
yet,
do you?
though.
How many games?
I think before the series, I probably had Lakers in 6. I mean, I don't remember, but it's probably going to be 5 if they win these next 2 in LA, just because they're going home. The fans will be there. AD is take off his Mickey Mouse helmet. It looks like he's back to himself. So, hey, I'm intrigued to see what will happen in round 2 with the Lakers, because I think the team that will win the series that they'll play, that'd be a good series as well. But we'll see.
I think it'll actually be Lakers in 7. Nothing against
Cat.
either of these teams, but I just don't think we've seen LeBron play well outside of probably his last 2 games of the regular season, and that was pretty much bully ball against horrible teams. AD did come to play in the last game.
He was
but
terrible game 1.
Exactly. He's been kind of like that pretty much since he got
22
hurt.
and 7 on the season as a whole is just not what you're used to. From
Yeah,
Anthony
so I
Davis.
think you'll continue to see that up and down throughout this series as well. It's just, I think that they are a lot better, and honestly, this should probably be a 5-game series. I just don't know if you'll see it be a 5-game series necessarily.
Monty Williams for Coach of the Year, though.
Facts.
Give him that
Definitely.
trophy.
Let's go to the other one, the 1 versus the 8, Byron, Utah and Grizzlies.
It's probably going to go about 6 games, I think. Well, Memphis did still game 1, no Donovan Mitchell, but I think Dillon Brooks, I said it before we went on, I think Dillon Brooks and Ja Morant is the best young backcourt under 25. I think these guys can score. I don't like what I've
sold on
seen
Dylan Brooks.
with.
Not as a scorer. Like I don't see him
He
as
went
a
off in game
go
one.
get a bucket
He
scorer.
can go get a bucket.
He shoots
I
a
just
lot
think
of
people,
wild shots.
I think this
Some
is
of
his
them
coming
fall.
out party. That's all.
I'm not mad at that.
He's a good
Dylan,
defender.
he's a good player. I liked him at Oregon. I wouldn't give him as much much
think
call.
they-
the
The best
score.
young backcourt in the NBA belongs in Sacramento, by the way. That's
What?
that's clear.
They can't even
Buddy-
win 50 games. 40
Buddy Hield and
games.
De'Aaron Fox are still better.
Hell no.
And they got Halliburton. He
Nah,
tough.
yeah, Buddy Hield.
Buddy Hield and De'Aaron Fox are definitely better.
They just ain't got nobody else.
I'm taking
Just
Ja.
Bagley is-
But Utah's number one seed. They should get to at least the second round this year. Donovan Mitchell was a problem when healthy. I like Gobert. Quinn Stein is a good coach. I mean, hey,
I honestly, I don't know. I think the Jazz win in 5. Donovan Mitchell was back. He just needs to get his footing, I should say. Ja Morant, I like him a lot. He needs to develop a consistent jump shot.
He'll get there.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks, very good defender. I don't trust him as much on offense as you do. He has he's a hit or miss. Like one game he'll go off and he'll disappear. Jaren Jackson, he hasn't played all year, so he's not in rhythm at all.
And he shoots like a girl playing
Yes, he
AAU.
does. I just like the Jazz. They have not been at full stream. Joe Ingles didn't play. Yeah,
shout out to Jordan Clarkson, by the way.
six man of the year.
Jazz and 6. I just think Ja Morant's tough enough to squeeze another game out of there. But I think Utah overall, especially when they're hitting their threes, they're just too much to deal with. So Utah and 6.
I think this is another series that's actually going to go 7. I think this is a really good matchup for Utah, position to position. And I think that when Utah is not hitting, Memphis will be able to take advantage of that. And I just don't see them hitting for enough for it to go 5 or 6 games, which is why I think it's going to go that 7. Do I think Utah is the better team? Slightly. I think they are a very overrated 1 seed. Just because they really don't have anybody that can go get a bucket outside of Donovan Mitchell that you trust to do it consistently.
I think Bogdanovich can score a lot, and I think the reason why they win so many games is because they don't have too many off nights. Jordan Clarkson can go get a bucket, by the way.
That's true as well. I'm sorry. I was thinking of just the starting lineup, though, but that is correct.
Man,
But
Joe Ingles
Dylan
put
Brooks
it in
is
that
not
bitch,
just
too.
like a bucket.
Not saying
He can shoot. You can't isolate him.
he not a 3 now.
Ingles,
He can shoot, but you can't isolate
He's
him.
not gonna go to the. I'm trusting Clay to get me a bucket out the dribble before I'm trusting Joe Ingles.
Oh, that was
to
his
get a
man.
bucket out the dribble.
That's his man.
I mean, honestly, I'm trusting Clay off the dribble before.
I just
Joe
wanted him
Ingles.
to.
I was
just
gonna say,
say
him
I wanted
saying
him to
that,
say it.
right.
That's why.
And
But,
Clay doesn't dribble, but
I'll start the next one. Dallas at Clippers. I have the Dallas sweeping the LA Clippers.
Dang it.
Mavs in 6, and I think it's just because I expect Kawhi Leonard to assert himself and get
Somehow,
one of these
some way.
games.
They did that last game. Didn't help.
I mean, he did that in the first half. He had 11 points in the second half. That's not
At
enough.
some point, you need help, bro.
At some point, they have to play some defense.
But they
All
don't have
those
any.
guys-
They have nobody. That
all those
really-
guys that are supposed to good defenders: Pat Bev, Paul George, Kawhi, Marcus Morris, Serge.
Yo,
all
so
these guys.
Don
are supposed to
Luka
be
took
good
him to the
defenders.
hoop.
The issue that I've been saying is when you put Kawhi or Paul George on them, they are picking their poison with putting one of the other defenders onto Luka, or it's
Not
a
even
point
that.
where Luka is kicking to an open man because somebody
Tim
is crowded
Hardaway.
in.
Tim Hardaway been hooping.
Yeah.
Tim Hardaway has been hooping. I don't know where this Tim Hardaway was when he was in New York, but nobody knows. But he has definitely been hitting some clutch threes.
Porzingis is not on the injured list.
That's another thing that they
Yes.
did not have last year.
They got Kleba hitting threes.
So,
over
I mean, I just don't see how this team currently constructed can beat the Dallas Mavericks.
Luka just looks like the best player on the floor, which he is almost
He is.
every game.
He is
every,
He is the best
right
player
now.
currently in this series. He's not the best player overall. I will agree with that.
While Kawhi not matching, I'm just saying he looks.
So Byron, before you go, if the Clippers do lose, do they break it up?
No,
Got to.
They got.
They don't.
It's been 3 years.
they don't.
2,
What do
3
you
years,
do,
bro.
How do you break it up?
They are.
Kawhi didn't resign. Kawhi, go to New York. Said it here first. Go to the Knicks. Go to the Knicks.
He's already in LA.
Won't see that
He's
happen. He's
staying.
going to stay in LA.
He's staying. I think
But
PG
Paul
is the
George-
one.
But Paul George just resigned.
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
Nobody's going to trade for him.
Yeah,
Nobody's going to trade
somebody will
for
trade for
pandemic.
him.
He's
No,
he's actually played
People
okay.
will trade for him.
He's
People
played all
will
right this
trade for
series.
him.
He had 28 in game
Yeah,
2.
he
He had
had
No,
20
I
he had
like
more than 20 in
Paul
game
George,
one.
but
I
I'm
don't.
just saying he's not the guy.
He's not. But
No,
I think
he's not.
He could help a team. I think if he went to Miami, if he went to the Knicks,
He can help a
I don't
lot
like
of
him on
teams.
Miami. I don't think he has that.
He
grit
will
that
be a
Miami
bona fide
needs.
scorer, which they need.
No,
They need
because
somebody to get the buckets.
he would have to be the number one scorer.
That's fine, because who's
That's
the number
not
one?
his game.
I mean, I don't think the Heat really have a true number one.
That's what I
scorer.
was saying. That was his game with the Pacers. Paul George can get
That
a
was
bucket.
a long time ago.
Paul George can still get a
The
bucket.
Pacers was a long time
Paul George
ago.
can get a bucket over anybody in Miami.
Except when it's time for the playoffs, apparently.
Well, no, he's been all right this year.
All he needs is
So
defense.
my issue with him this year in the playoff has been him settling for jumpers.
That's his
Well,
game.
that's Paul George.
That's his game. He
But I
settles
don't
for
feel like
jumpers.
that was Pacers Paul George. I
No,
feel like
he was-
Pacers
he
Paul
one of the best
George
slashers in
got
the
to
league.
the rack a lot, and that's not
I
what I'm
give you
saying.
That's
Out
a
of-
universal thing around the league. Too
When
many
you get
guys
older,
settling
that
for
shit
threes.
is-
Yo, if I feel like if Paul George got Porzingis on him on a switch, take
Take him
Porzingis
every
big
time.
ass to the rack. Like,
And they putting
you're
him on
not
him,
going to
like,
tell me that
you know.
Porzingis can stay with Paul George.
I don't know.
Like, I just don't see it happening.
No, that nigga-
Can Porzingis get a couple blocks off just length and shit like that? Yes, but I feel like he should also
He
get
made him
foul
fall the
trouble.
other night, just on the in and out, like the most basic basketball move.
That's all
ever.
I'm saying. I mean, at max, I see this series going 5. I don't, and it's not from like a talent standpoint. It's more like I feel like the first 2 games, the Mavericks took their soul. You know how a girl suck the shit out your dick and take your soul?
I know we were-
That's what the fucking Mavericks have done to the Clippers in this series. They've taken their fucking soul. And why is Rondo not fucking playing? Because somebody's
I don't
playing
know-
that
I don't
shit.
know why.
You
He
trade
should- he should
for
definitely be-
Rondo and he's not even in the fucking game.
He should get more minutes than
Than
Reggie
Pat-
Jackson
Pat
and
Bev.
Pat Bev.
Yes, I'm not understanding that shit. But that's all I got to say. Go ahead, Byron.
No, America. It's sad when a white man can just come in your hood and beat your ass 2 times. And that's what Luka Doncic is doing. He did it last year in the bubble.
That's how America started, actually. A white man. A white man from
Hey,
Europe.
Oh, I like
A
this.
white man from
I was
Europe.
going to say,
came
it's
here.
been a long time. You know how to throw a white man reference in there. I mean, Luka's the best player on the floor by far right now. I agree. I think it could be a sweep, Roz. I just don't know.
That's why I said max 5.
I just don't know what's going to happen with the Clippers because they're switching everything. I think Paul George or Kawhi is going to have to guard Luka the whole game. They're going to have to say, forget getting buckets on offense. I'm going to have to stop this guy because I'd rather Luka go get 40 against one of them than against Pat Bev, who's like 5'10", shooting over a chair. Because
He's getting 40 on
it's
whoever.
more likely that Kawhi or Paul George can keep Luka to 25 or 30 instead of 45 or 50 like he's getting. He's shooting one-legged shot. He's just in
one
a
leg from
rhythm.
3.
Yeah, he's in a rhythm.
He out here wilding. He
Yeah,
is.
He's-
And he got confidence. One thing
Yeah,
is,
when you
he's
got
not that
confidence
great
like
of
that-
a shooter.
But once they
when
start
he gets
falling,
confidence,
they start
he
falling.
is up there
And he's
with
smiling,
everybody.
he looking
not,
at him, he's
not
too
like
small.
the amazing shooters, but that second tier, he can definitely be there.
And like you
with
said, the
confidence.
shooters are knocking down shots. They're just playing with a lot of confidence. And they do have a hell of a coach in Rick Carlisle.
Trash.
So,
I would like to say the only reason I'm saying trash is because they basically. I don't know if you guys saw the report. Basically, he came out and they are not running plays because apparently
They
the
didn't run
plays.
plays when they won a championship.
So listen real quick. The plays from 2014 when Rondo was on the Mavericks is the same plays they're running in 2021, and Rondo has been calling them bitches out. Hell, it's been 7 years, bro. You should have some type of adaptation to your play calling.
Obviously, it's not been a problem.
At least they don't got no rings.
I
in
just
the
don't
last
feel like
7 years.
most NBA teams don't call plays like you think a lot.
That's
of
true
times.
as well. I
It's
feel like
just
you
actions.
said
It's
in
not
the
really
playoffs.
plays. It's just
but-
actions. It may be a down pick, a 2-3 over here on the wing action.
I understand.
It's not a full
Yeah,
set
keep
playbook.
they keep
I
the
want you to
same
change the
offense. They
terminology.
just
That's all I'm asking.
well, I guess they
Terminology
get
over a
players that
7-year
fit
gap is kinda
certain
crazy.
My thing is
places.
Rondo calling them out, and they're still scoring. On
And the
them.
Clippers wrongfully
So,
blamed
Luka.
Doc Rivers for a lot of
Well,
their issues. It was not Doc Rivers' fault. It was your heart. Y'all don't got no heart.
I mean, we
And
always knew that.
We never thought it was.
Doc
we
Rivers
never thought it
is
was
sitting
Doc.
there laughing, and you should be, Doc, because you don't deserve to hate.
He's not
what
gonna
you
be laughing.
like.
And he got the
And
76ers
Doc-
over
Doc-
there.
He's
ball.
gonna be
Doc
laughing to these conference finals at least.
Doc about to take his brooms out the closet.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll get to
Doc's
that.
laughing.
We'll get to
Doc's
that.
laughing
We'll
to
get to
these
that in a
conference
second.
finals at least.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
But once they get there, that's when he's not gonna be laughing.
We'll see. Got a long way to go.
Let's go to the most interesting series in the West. Denver and Portland. I'll start with you, DC.
So
Hold on, did you say?
Yeah.
Oh, bet.
I like Portland to win this series in 6 or 7. If I had to pick one, I guess I'll go Blazers in 6 only because Denver would have that game
And
7.
Portland stole home court.
Yeah, I'll say Blazers in 6 only because if they go back to Denver, that altitude, game 7, the crowd, you never know.
But they won game 7, 2 years ago in Denver?
They
I think
did.
McCollum hit a couple big shots.
The McCollum went off that game. Dame actually struggled and they won.
That's
But,
crazy.
I
That's the
think-
best backcourt in the league, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I was making sure.
I think with Portland, Dame has the kill mode, and he's going to go at everybody's neck. And I think Denver not having Jamal Murray makes a big difference. Because the game plan they have for game one is brilliant. Let Jokic score at will, and just don't let him get anybody else involved. And that's not going to be enough to beat a whole team. So I think Portland, if they stick to that game plan, they'll take the series in 6.
So I agree with what you said partially. I don't think they need to let Jokic do whatever. Nurkic, you need to step your game up because Joe is really dropping 40 on you.
He's soft, bro.
It don't even matter if he gonna drop 40, but he needs to score too because it's been like Yo been putting up like 6 points.
It should be a revenge game for Nurkic since they definitely traded him to sign Jokic.
Yeah.
But I mean, has Nurkic ever been that guy?
No, I'm not asking.
Really...
I'm asking him to put up 10 at least.
Right.
You feel me? Like you putting up 4 against
Be some
40.
sort of threat.
Yeah,
Be some
like
sort of
it's
threat.
crazy. Like
It's
you're
kinda
not
hard,
no
though.
blocks, no
But
nothing,
he
no
also has
rebounds.
the
And
toughest
Jokic
defense-
ain't no defender.
But he has the toughest defensive matchup.
Well, no,
out of anybody.
Nurkic in game 1 had 20 and 13. That's
Yeah,
We
that's
had
tough.
game 2.
and they won. They won game 1.
Now what they had game 4? This is
2.
why game 2. Yeah, I'm tripping.
Game 2, Nurkic had 16 and 12.
That's
7 for 10
that's
from
solid
the
for
field.
Nurkic. That is exactly what I want from him because he has the toughest.
He is
defensive
basically a
matchup.
poor man's Jokic.
Yes,
really.
that's what he without the
When
passing.
healthy,
Mm.
yeah,
No
he just
passing.
can't pass. I agree. Or they can't defend. But
Neither one of them defends.
Actually, I had
him.
it opposite. He had 16 and 12 game 1.
Hey, look, whatever he had, we'll take it. 'Cause that
Yeah.
was
But he's Jokic without passing and probably a little less basketball, just overall IQ and shooting.
And shooting
Jokic can shoot.
I agree.
I think this game determines which way
Oh,
the series
wait.
goes.
So, actually, they played 3 times in a row. So, that's why I was all discombobulated. So, game 2, he actually was terrible. He had 7.
See,
How many rebounds?
He had... Oh, I keep clicking the wrong game. He had 7 points and 13 rebounds.
I take it.
Nah, he got.
I'll take it.
7 ain't enough.
I need
bro.
more than 7 points.
Yeah,
7 ain't
I
enough, bro.
take. I'm asking him for boards. I'm just asking him to keep Jokic
That-
off. the
I mean,
board.
he's going to get boards because nobody else will. Their power forward is Robert Covington. He had 1 rebound. That's not... He's going to get boards because literally nobody else
Using
will.
Robert Covington a little too much for me.
Yeah.
But that's another story for another day.
I think Robert Covington's a nice 3-and-D player, but...
I think this game determines which way the series goes.
I think I'm taking Portland at 6 as well. I just think Jamal Murray not playing is a huge hit to the Denver Nuggets.
Especially how he balled out in the playoffs
It's
last year.
facts. He was a different animal.
I just think Portland has the better just team right now. So I really have to say about that. Shout out to Melo, man.
Yeah.
Booja and you scored a lot.
Got Portland in 7. I just think Dame is about to go crazy. They talk about Aaron Gordon can guard him, which he cannot. Ridiculous. I don't know why people.
I think the
that.
size makes it a little trickier.
For when he drives and has those.
The size makes it a little bit trickier. He is the best fitted person to guard.
Yeah, he's
Dame
athletic.
on
He
that
can
role.
move his feet, but I think Dame.
I don't think anybody can really guard Dame.
Yeah,
but
Dame is just.
Aaron Gordon makes it tougher than anybody else on that roster.
Yeah.
I think Michael Porter hasn't taken that step yet where he could fill in for Jamal Murray.
He had a really good year,
I'm starting
but-
to think he'll never take that step personally.
He had a
I
really
hate to
good
say
regular
it.
season, but
That's the key. He hasn't done it in the playoffs yet.
in game 2 he had 18,
I
and
need 20 or more.
in game 1 he had
You're replacing the All-Star. I need 20 or more.
I don't think he's going to be that guy.
I don't think
in game
his-
1 he had 25.
Yeah, I don't think
And
his,
9.
I don't think he's ever going to be that guy.
He gonna have a good offense.
As far as the best player on a team, no.
No,
but
But
I
if,
don't-
But if
I don't think he's
Jokic,
the second best
but
player
if
on the
Jokic
team.
doesn't have
if
it
he,
going,
if he can score 20 a night as the third
He'd
best
be
player
a
with
good-
Jamal
I'll take
Murray,
it.
the Nuggets are going to be a
I think
problem
the
in
Nuggets.
the West.
I think
Yeah,
I think the
he's
Nuggets
the
miss a
third
guy
best.
like Will Barton. I don't know what's going on with him. Is he still hurt?
probably.
I don't know what the fuck.
I think he would help them a lot personally,
He
but
might always be hurt at this point.
Michael Porter Jr. averaged 19 and 7 this year.
He had a really
stays,
good year.
if
He was in the
stays
most
at that.
improved.
He stays at that rate. Denver's going to be a problem in the West for a long time.
like I said, Portland in 7. I would love to see Portland and LA go
He
at it
has
one
one of
more
the
time.
prettiest jump shots in the league.
And this is Portland's best chance to make a run. I think after this year, another team that could blow it up if they don't make a legit run.
They're
All
going
right.
to keep Dame and CJ, though.
Oh yeah, I just
Let's-
mean they need to make a.
Let's go over to the Brums. I mean, sweeps. I mean, East. There's a lot of Brums out East.
Let's start with the best series, which is the Knicks-Hawks, to me.
All right, then we
Yo,
just
that
go-
is the best series.
Yeah.
I thought that would be the best series when the playoffs came
Yeah,
out.
because there's a lot of Brums in the East. All these matchups
I
are
said no
very
way. I thought it was-
sweepish.
I like both of these things a lot. So
I like
excited to
moving
see.
forward. I think the Knicks and the Hawks will be fun in the East to watch for years. to
Yeah,
come.
especially
Oh, but we
considering.
called that
Oh, really,
actually
though?
a couple years ago.
You don't believe in Trey, you gotta let that go.
You gotta let that hit
no.
out your
It's
heart,
not that.
man.
I don't believe
You gotta let that hit out your heart, man.
First off, y'all stay right here. We had a conversation.
You
and
respected his game
I
one.
respected his game one. I gave it to him.
He did good a game too.
He
He did.
He's a hooper.
But I'm still not.
He's a
I'm
bucket.
I'm never going to join the Trey train, but I respect his game now. Here's my issue. I do not think the Knicks will continue to have great success past this season. I don't personally.
5 first-round picks in the next 2
I
years.
definitely
Most
think
cap
that.
money.
And they'll keep Thibodeau and they'll keep playing hard on defense.
First of all, they have a culture now.
That's what switched it. Them playing
they have
hard
the
on
coach.
defense.
They have the coach that plays defense.
And Julius
A
Randle
lot
got
of,
the
lot,
ball.
of, lot of good players.
I don't think the Knicks will be good past.
Who's winning the series?
Knicks. That's the funniest part.
Knicks and what?
7.
I agree.
I think
Knicks and
Knicks and
7.
Knicks and 7.
So I think the biggest thing for me, the reason why the Knicks are going to win this series is Julius Randle has not had a good game yet. And
That's crazy, right?
And they should have won both
Shout out to
games.
Derrick Rose, man.
They should have won both
Shout out
games.
to Derrick
So
Rose, man.
Derrick Rose,
D Rose, you out there balling, big homie.
I appreciate it.
Good comeback story.
Yeah.
You would have gotten 6 man if it wasn't for Jordan Clarkson.
Hey, I want to say all the Lakers
I
that
think
we
that
let
Rose
go
should
a couple years ago had balled out this year.
Yeah, that whole young Laker core, if they all stay together and hoop
They
at this
would've
level,
been
the
a
Lakers would still be
problem.
back.
Yeah.
I really like the
Title
Knicks team.
contention.
Manuel Quigley, Obi played well yesterday. I think Reggie Bullock.
I
I think
like
Alex
Obi.
Burks. They have good secondary pieces.
I don't
They
like
need
Obi.
another star.
I don't like Obi Toppin, yo. I don't think he good.
I don't like his name or his game.
I think he got potential.
Nah, his name wild.
Potential to do what? Like, what's his
to be a
ceiling?
good rotational player that could develop potentially into a starter. I don't know. I think they need another big man to go with Julius.
Starter, but that's where I'll draw the line.
I think they need another big man to go with Julius. I think
No, none of that.
I think Julius is a Robin.
'Cause I don't really know what he does good.
Shout out to Taj Gibson too for still getting that fucking check and being a scrub too.
He is a scrub.
He's
Still
a
getting
good
fucking
rotational
check.
big man.
Getting
That's
a
what
fucking
you can win with a Taj Gibson on your team. Look at Chicago.
I didn't think you'd be able to win with no.
At this point in his career?
First off, yeah,
Him and
I'm about to
Derrick
say,
Rose?
winning with Taj Gibson back then made sense. Winning with Taj Gibson now is just absolutely
And not even that. He's still in the rotation.
Yeah, big fan.
And you know,
It's not
Thibodeau
like he
played.
Udonis Haslam.
And you know, Thibodeau play alright, but his start is 45 minutes a night, and they still got room for Taj Gibson in his rotation. So
Hey man, I'm buying some Knicks stock. I would love to see the Knicks in Brooklyn eventually one of these days play.
hey, y'all saw the fans outside the
they
garden
want,
saying we
they
want
want Brooklyn, but they
don't
won't get
want
him this year.
They don't
won't
want
get him
They
this
don't
year.
want
Hey,
him.
They
look,
don't
maybe
want
next year you might want
They
him.
don't
get
want
some more
Brooklyn.
pieces, but
They
hey,
still won't want
and
Brooklyn.
it's a lot of New York people in Atlanta, so it'll be a little home court advantage for the Knicks. Let's not forget that.
Paul George and some other motherfuckers, and they still don't want Brooklyn.
They get Giannis, they want Brooklyn.
But just Giannis? Giannis and Randall.
Yeah, no shooting. All right, so if they get Paul George and Giannis, they do want Brooklyn.
I'm still taking Brooklyn. All right, moving on. Since we talking about them, Brooklyn sweeping the Celtics.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
1, 2, 3, Cancun.
Nah.
76ers sweeping the Wizards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Get your popcorn, all that. You know.
Too soon.
Hey man, look. An NBA need a rule where if you throw shit at people, they can come down to center court and get your ass whooped. All right, you.
I
Well, if you
definitely
spit on
think
people,
if you do anything that involves
You get to come on down,
contact with a
like
player.
Bob Barker, and you get your ass whooped in center court.
Hey, if you do anything that is physical
what
contact
happens
to a
if
pro
a fan
athlete,
beat the shit out the pro?
You ain't beating Russ up.
I mean, I don't see that happening because all these NBA dudes are 6'7".
Yo, they just gotta grab you. Russ is
Yeah,
like
you
what,
gotta get close
6'3"?
enough. They
Trae
gotta
Young,
reach.
Trae Young
Can you imagine Russ's
Trae Young
hands?
can get his
Can you
ass.
imagine?
Trae Young can get his ass whooped. I like me in a fight with Trae Young.
No, stop.
I like me in a
Don't
fight with
disrespect
Trae
my man Trey Young.
I like me in a fight.
Hey Trey, I don't want no smoke, man.
I
We
can,
good.
I can definitely like.
You gonna body slam him now?
I could definitely give Trae Young some hands.
Respectfully, y'all might be the same size. Though. Y'all probably are the same
I know
size.
I weigh more than Trae Young.
Y'all probably are the same size.
Trey, I love your game. I don't love your hands. I will body you.
You're gonna put body slam him. Middle of the ring.
The last one, Milwaukee.
All I'm gonna say is Philly better get to the East Conference Finals. They got to. They got the easiest road.
How about say
Facts.
there.
They wrote a fucking cakewalk to sweeps. What you talking about?
Joel Embiid
They
is,
sweep the Hawks or the Knicks.
it probably would have been my MVP if he didn't
Yeah,
get
that's
hurt.
a fact.
But you know,
The Knicks will take one above.
they wouldn't sweep them, but they should.
The Knicks will take one.
They'll
above
sweep the
them.
Hawks. They'll take one from the Knicks.
The Knicks will
will
take one from them.
I'm liking what I've seen out of Tobias Harris, playing really, really well.
Yes,
Tobias
he is.
Harris has never played bad.
He hasn't.
But he's
just-
gotten even better this year. I think.
His game don't match.
He's
his
their
bag,
second best
though.
player.
His contract crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's also back with Doc Rivers, which is when he was really balling out. When he
And
was
Danny
on the
Green
Clippers.
playing well.
So I'm not
Seth
surprised.
playing-
by that.
Seth's
I've been
playing
telling
well.
you,
Danny
Danny
Green
Green
did-
has been playing well.
Danny Green didn't play like this with LA.
Hey, and I know y'all gonna shit on
His
him, but Ben
numbers the
Simmons,
same.
is,
I just feel
Ben
like his
Simmons is
impact
doing
is
his thing, man. He's doing what he got to do. He ain't scoring, but he's doing other stuff. So
Shout out to Seth Curry. I don't have any comment for Danny Periwinkle and none of his nonsense.
Shout out to the team that I knew was trash and should have never made the fucking finals last year, and they about to get swept to the Miami Heat. The best thing about y'all is them fucking jerseys. Y'all came out game
yellow
one
was
looking like
terrible.
the fucking Indiana Pacers out this
Yeah, that
bitch.
was terrible.
And I was so confused. I didn't even know what the fuck I was watching when they had them bright ass mustard yellow
Terrible.
jerseys on, bro.
Terrible.
They just retired the Miami Nice jerseys because they've been hideous over the past maybe 1 to 2 seasons.
Just this year.
Just
this year was terrible. The rest of them was fire.
I need the Heat to go back to the red and black. I need those jerseys again. Those were iconic and nice jerseys. I don't understand why they just keep doing all these different colorways. I know they selling different jerseys, so why not? But y'all about to get that ass swept because y'all don't got nobody that's like a bona fide scorer. Jimmy Butler is that nigga that doesn't do anything bad, but he doesn't do anything amazing.
He's not aggressive enough sometimes.
Scoring. He doesn't look to score.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. He used to can give you 20 a night, 25 a night.
I think he still gives you 20 a night. I just don't.
Nah.
It's like
Does
he's
he not?
regressed offensively.
Yeah, that's what it looks
Yeah.
like, right?
Even
I just
last
think
year,
he's
the
not-
Or
bubble,
either that or something's wrong. Like
I don't know. And Oladipo hurt again. That didn't help.
He averaged 21, 7 and 7 this year.
He's a better playmaker than people give him credit for. But he's
21
21
is-
7 and 7 is a pretty good year.
But he should
that's
be
a
averaging 25.
that's a second player to
Exactly.
me. That's a
A
player.
round.
7 and 7?
I mean, that's tough. We talk about scoring. I was talking about scoring.
That's
Oh,
yeah,
he
that's-
should. I mean, but it's hard to average more than 21 when you average 7 and
But
7.
you're Jimmy Butler. You are a top 15.
You
player.
expect Jimmy Butler to average more than 20?
Yes.
If Jimmy Butler averages more than 21, I don't expect 7 and
He's
7.
an all-star.
How many All-Stars are averaging
top
20 plus?
15, 20 player in the league.
How many All-Stars are averaging 20 plus and 7 and 7?
But how many guys
LeBron
averaging
and
20?
LeBron,
but
yeah.
think about how many guys
Jokic.
averaging 20
If he
points in the
made,
league.
and that's it. That's only
It's
3
probably,
people.
it's probably like 50 people averaging 20 points
Was
in the league.
Russell All-Star?
I don't know, but I know he averages.
Yeah, it's
27,
probably
7.
like 8 people in the league currently that average 27 and 7.
Not
Hey,
even
look,
8.
man.
I'll give you 5.
He's been
That's crazy.
he's been outplayed by Chris Middleton, and I don't think that's cool.
Chris
Middleton
Middleton is
is gone.
ass, but he is definitely
I was-
scoring better than Jimmy Butler.
He is playing better than Jimmy.
That's what I'm
Butler.
saying.
Which is
I don't
especially
know.
because I usually expect him to choke this time of year.
Facts.
But
He's been their best
yeah,
player,
yeah.
probably. Him and
game
Drew.
one and
He was the closer.
Yeah,
game
he
one.
was.
yeah.
Wild.
And that shot was tough too.
Yeah,
I just want to fast forward to Milwaukee and Brooklyn. That's all I want to see. I don't care about nothing else in the second round.
Everybody
really.
knows that that's the Eastern Conference Finals at this point. I don't even know why we sitting here arguing this. Let's go to round 2. So most of us had Jazz.
All of us had Jazz.
All of us
I
had,
think we all
of us had
agreed
Jazz. All of
for
us
the most
had
part.
Dallas. All of us had Portland. All of us had LA. So who do y'all have winning in that Jazz and Dallas series?
I'm gonna
I'll take the Jazz.
I'm gonna take the Jazz, but it's in 7 probably. I think Dallas can give them everything they can handle, but it's like strength on strength. The Jazz are good defensively, the Mavs are good offensively, and I think styles will clash, and you'll see who comes out on top. I think it'll be Utah only because I don't think Luka's just gonna cakewalk his way to the rim like he does against the Clippers.
Oh yeah, Gobert ain't gonna have that.
Yeah, so I think the Jazz will make it a little tough on him, so they'll pull that series out in 7, even though, like you said, they are sometimes offensively challenged. But like I said, if they're hitting their threes, they're really tough to handle.
They are.
I have the Jazz winning this series in probably about 6. Like you said, I think it's just strength on strength, and I think the weakness of the Mavericks is defense, and I think that can be exploited by the Jazz, especially if they're hitting. But even if they're not hitting, I don't see who stops Donovan Mitchell on the Mavs. I just don't see.
Yeah,
who sticks him
when you
consistently.
think of the Mavs, nobody thinks, oh, they got a good defensive. Nobody
No,
says
it's
that
just,
about
yeah.
that.
I mean, Porzingis used to play defense
Yeah,
in New York.
yeah.
But
He still can block some shots, but that's about it.
Like I said about Philly, they should get to the West Conference Finals. Philly should get to the East Conference Finals. I think Utah should get to the West Conference Finals.
Yeah.
It's just me.
who do y'all have in the Portland LA series?
Lakers in 6.
Yeah, LA.
Go James.
I don't
Go
think.
LeBron.
I just think the Blazers don't match up well with the Lakers.
I'll take Lakers in 6-7. I think it could possibly go 7 if you see some Dame magic in Game 6. But
The Lakers disposed
Lakers
of them
will
pretty
win this.
easily last year. So
I think it'll be different this year. I do think it'll be different.
I mean, if LeBron actually comes to play basketball, it probably won't. But I don't know if that's going to happen.
He's coming. Just fret now.
so we all have Philly beating New York, right?
Yes.
Philly. East
Give me Philly and give me Philly in 4.
5.
5.
He said, "Give me Philly in 4." Hey, look.
And
Love them
Brooklyn
Philly sports teams,
I
boy.
don't though. That's the wildest part. I really don't. Y'all know I don't believe in the 76ers. Shout out to your mans though. Your man said that the 76ers was going to be the 1 seed and the Toronto Raptors wouldn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, Kyle, I'll pay up on that bet soon enough. Don't you worry about it, brother.
Shout out to him because I did not believe that shit in the beginning of the season myself. Shocking. I have Brooklyn sweeping the Milwaukee Bucks.
No.
Ooh.
No. Nets in 6. Nets in 6. And if Giannis is somehow able to consistently score,
Like,
Nets in 7.
he need to have, like,
I'll
30
give the
and
Bucks
15.
one game. I'll give them a gentleman's sweep at most.
If Giannis averaged like
I
30
think they
and
match up with the
15,
Nets better than anybody.
Best
I
team that
agree.
can beat them.
I agree.
Especially.
I agree, and I don't think they're going to do it
6.
I
because
think
I don't think we've seen the Nets play their best basketball
that's
yet.
what Ruff said like 5 minutes
They
ago.
have not played
they-
their best basketball.
They don't have the chemistry yet to play their best basketball. So I don't think you'll see. I think you may see one random.
So do you think that they
outing.
can develop chemistry over these playoff games?
I think they have enough talent to surpass their chemistry, but I don't think you'll see the Nets look like this unstoppable juggernauts that it sounds like they should because they still are figuring things out.
I think you'll see that in the Bucks series. That's
We'll
what I
see.
think. I think you'll see it in the Bucks series because I think, like Kevin Durant said, they're starting to be able to at least practice as a team,
Yeah.
which is something that you did
all
not
I'm
see
saying
previously.
is, as much
and
as
they will sweep the Celtics. So
as
they'll have
much
time off.
offense power they got, they do not play defense. And I say that because if the Bucks can hit their shots, it will.
That's what I'm saying. If
You
you
feel
have
me?
if
I
you
think
have
you've seen a
DiVincenzo
resurgence,
hitting
though.
shots and
Middleton.
Forbes and all these other role players that shoot from Milwaukee, you know they had 2 guys in the top 5 in 3-point percentage. What's my man name? Bobby Portis and Forbes both finished top 5 in 3-point percentage. So you got those plus Middleton plus Giannis plus Drew.
If they can make their
They
shots,
can make
man.
it. They can make it tough if
I
they.
think
if they
Brook
get-
Lopez to give some problems
but
too.
we're not going to sit here and act like they didn't hold the Celtics to 93 points and 108 points. And the
Celtics don't
Celtics
have
are.
anybody.
That's,
The
it's
Celtics
only
don't have an
Jason
offense?
Tatum.
No.
It's just
Kemba Walker?
Jason.
No.
It's just Jason Tatum.
No. No.
It's just Jason Tatum.
But y'all over here naming other niggas that's not named Giannis or Drew
I
Holiday
just
or
said if they're
Chris
hitting
Middleton.
their shots. That's what they do. Forbes is a shooter.
You can't name anybody on the Celtics other than JT and the other boy
Kemba
that's
Walker?
hurt. Kemba Walker is not the
bro.
Kemba Walker
He
of
lost.
before.
I'm just saying, Kemba Walker. You said I can't name nobody else. I named Kemba Walker.
If
Name
you was a
Evan Fournier.
hey, we need a shut up. Go to the next game.
I just think that
bro.
KD's
You're not
probably
about
one
to
of
sit
the-
here and say Forbes and Evan Fournier
KD
ain't
is
the
actually
same
one of the few
motherfucker.
people that can guard
Forbes hits the
Giannis
shots.
1-on-1.
Fournier does too. He doesn't really get shots on the Celtics.
Forbes hits more
I didn't
shots
understand
than
why he
Fournier.
traded for him.
Fournier be I don't. That
To
was
be honest, we all know the Celtics' problem was in the beginning of the season they should have traded Gordon Hayward for Miles Turner. It would have at least it wouldn't have fixed their season, but it would have made better sense.
They got your boy
Then
Tristan
traded-
Thompson, bro. They got your boy.
I've never liked Tristan Thompson.
Speaking of a team that need to blow it up.
The Celtics do need to blow it up.
Yeah.
The Celtics
Well,
need to blow it up.
Without
keep
Jalen
JT and Jalen,
Yeah,
and
keep
then
them two. Everybody else.
Everybody else
Everybody else.
And keep Brad Stevens.
Kevin Walker was not the answer. They probably should have threw as much money as they could at Al Horford to try to keep him.
No.
no. He
Absolutely
wasn't the
not.
answer.
They need a center.
Still no.
They need a big man.
He's not it.
I'm not saying he's it, but they need a big man.
They do.
They could have
Not
used him last year.
Yeah, Cap. He's
Nets
I don't
and
think
7. KD can guard Giannis, and I think that can help a lot. And I think James Harden's the key. I think
He's the key to their
I think
entire championship.
KD's the best player. I think Kyrie's the most important, but I think Harden's the most
I think
valuable.
Kyrie's the
I
least
think
important.
I think Kyrie is
Because
the
Kyrie's the
most
clutches.
volatile.
Because Kyrie's the clutches.
I think
when
James
you need a
Harden
bucket,
is-
Kyrie's the clutches.
Yes, but James Harden is the most important player to that team.
I say James Harden the most valuable. Because of what he can
think
do.
KD
I think
offensively.
KD's the most valuable.
I think KD's just the best.
KD be
I think
going
that's
8
why he's
for
the most
9.
valuable because he's the best.
I just think James
Right, he
Harden.
be going 8 for 9.
I just think that if you
like,
put,
you feel me?
I just
Like,
think if
James
Drew
Harden
Holiday, as
has
much
to-
as I love
has
Drew
to get
Holiday,
assists.
he's gonna have a hard time with James Harden all them games. I'm just saying.
Drew Holiday is one of the best perimeter defenders in the
Yeah,
league.
He is, but
See,
James Harden's a
so
different animal.
my issue with the Bucks matchup is okay. So if you put Drew Holiday,
I probably put Middleton on.
you
on
have to
Harden.
put
Oh,
Middleton
God.
on Harden.
Oh,
you
he
have,
go for
you have
40.
to.
He not. He
You
play
gonna put
point guard.
Middleton on? You gonna put Middleton on Kyrie? I'm going to
I'm
let
just
Kyrie
telling you
ISO
that-
the fuck.
That's
out
how
of
much
Chris
of a
Middleton.
matchup problem.
What
We
I'm
know
saying
KD is a matchup
what
problem,
I'm
but
saying
that's
is
how much
Harden
James
is
Harden
looking
is.
to distribute. He's not looking
Exactly, which
But
is
he
why
can give
I'm
you
putting
40.
Drew on Kyrie and putting Chris Middleton
I'm
at
with
his
you.
side. I know I'm talking, and putting Chris Middleton at his side on James Harden.
Chris
Because if
Middleton-
you put Chris Middleton on Kyrie, I'm letting Kyrie ISO him and take him to the
Let
bucket.
Kyrie do whatever he want against anybody because he's just a bucket.
I
But
think Drew
James
Holiday
Harden-
can strap Kyrie.
No,
He
I
will-
think Drew
Drew
Holiday
Holiday
can strap Kyrie.
can make it very.
He
tough.
can-
I'm not
play
saying
the
he's not going to
defense.
score, but he's going to make it very difficult
tough.
for that man to
gonna be
score.
tough.
James Harden. You put Chris Middleton on James Harden, Mike Budenholzer. You might as well pack your bags up.
But
now,
you'd rather
boy.
put Chris Middleton or Kyrie Irving?
I'd rather Chris Middleton not be on any of the three because he's a terrible defender.
So who
I'd
do you
rather
put
guard
on
James
Kyrie?
Harden than him, and I can't go.
He's an
He
average.
okay.
He's not.
Who do you
terrible.
put on Kyrie? What you gonna put Giannis? You can't do that. You got to put somebody on KD.
I think I think if anything, you let Kyrie go get 40 and you don't let Harden and KD get off.
That's the best way. That's the best.
That's the best way.
That's
to beat
my
them.
opinion.
That is the
That's
best way to
chance
beat
you
the
got.
Nets.
That's all I'm gonna say.
That's
I don't
the
know who.
best way to beat the Nets.
I don't know who.
Let Kyrie
but
do his own thing.
Yes, let Kyrie go for 50, feel good about himself, burn his incense, and let KD and James Harden put the attention on him.
My issue is,
That's
I feel like if
all. That's
Kyrie got 40, Joe Harris got 28.
Well, that's the key too. I think if Joe Harris is knocking down shots, because he's going to have
That's
an open three
Every
time. So it's like if he's hitting the shots,
You can't help but leave Joe Harris open.
because you ain't thinking about him.
I would say leave Jeff Green open or whoever the
He
fifth
hurt.
guy is on the
He
floor.
hurt. So
Jeff
right
Green.
now,
Hey,
he's
done
right now he's
playing.
Blake.
Hey, Blake's
he's
been
out
playing
for
well.
10 games.
Blake's
He's out for 10 games.
Blake's been playing
Only
well.
10 days. 10 days. 10 days.
Blake's been playing
So
well.
let that
he'll
nigga
miss
shoot.
this series and he'll be back.
He'll be
by
back
August.
to this series.
Let
Well,
Blake
Blake-
shoot.
Blake is washed,
But
but
Blake
Blake has
does
a
good in his
guard-
spurts.
Yeah, he's good in this role in which the Nets are putting him in, which is a couple minutes, not a lot of minutes,
15,
but
20 minutes
Yeah,
max.
just splitting him, Jeff Green, DeAndre Jordan, like allowing that fifth man to just be a rolling part of players.
I would literally
is really
not
good for
defend
them.
that person at all.
Yeah, that's why I said let Blake shoot.
Whoever that is, I'm not defending.
I got you.
I feel like Blake can hit an open shot. It's DeAndre Jordan. I'm not sticking to safety.
Well, let that nigga
Unless it's
shoot
pick and
too.
roll.
I'm defending Joe Harris before I'm defending Blake Griffin.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So Brooklyn at Philly. I'm taking Brooklyn in 6.
I agree.
I think Joel Embiid will be a problem for
For
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
but I think outside of that,
All you gotta do for Philly is just let them shoot jump shots.
yep,
That's it.
yep.
They not gonna protect the paint because wasn't they gonna get in there too? Ben Simmons.
No, I think that they actually match up well against Ben Simmons. I feel like you could just put KD on him.
I think he's terrible. You can put anybody on him because he's not gonna shoot.
No, he's not gonna shoot, but he will go
So
to
the
the
one
rim.
thing
He
I
get
will
bored.
say,
He go to the
this
rim.
year he's gotten putbacks. He's cutting better, and he doesn't always have to have the ball in his hands this season. So
Joe
it's
Harris
kinda,
can defend Ben Simmons.
yes,
Yeah, offensively,
yeah.
that,
I can't
my
deny that.
my
Can't deny that.
my
He
biggest
should be able
thing
to.
is
All you gotta do is let him. But
nobody.
Put a body
it's
on
not
him.
like
Put a
it's
body
not
on
like
him.
he gonna back you down. And that. Yeah.
Joe Harris can defend Ben Simmons.
Yeah, is what am I trying to say? The 76ers. Well, nobody has an answer for Brooklyn, but
Nobody.
matchup wise, I don't
We'll get to
really.
that in a
Yeah,
second.
nobody is defending them at all. You got Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, and I don't even know who.
Their starting five
Seth-
is Ben Simmons,
Seth
Danny
Curry
Green, Tobias Harris. I don't know who plays the 4, and Joel. I can tell you who plays the 4.
Joel had to go
Couple
crazy
seconds.
that
He gonna have to.
Had to. But if I'm Brooklyn, I'm just like y'all said, I'm double teaming Joel every time he touches the ball, and I'm letting him shoot jumpers. If Ben Simmons give me, even if he's getting putbacks, which I do, I like Ben Simmons more than most. If he giving me 40 off putbacks and layups and cutting,
Seth Curry.
he ain't
Seth
beating.
Curry is the
He ain't
starting
beating y'all.
guard. So Danny Green, Seth Curry, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris.
They
and
got
Joel
a nice
Embiid.
start.
That is not a nice starting 5.
Well,
I'm
the
sorry.
bottom
Ben
three.
Simmons.
I fuck with the less.
They got 3 guard. They got 3 guards, a small forward, and a center.
I think it's a good lineup. With
Yeah,
the
it
coach
is.
they have,
Ben
Doc
Simmons
Rivers,
not bad.
yeah. He
Ain't
just,
nobody asking him to
he just
shoot.
don't shoot.
That nigga do everything
yeah,
else.
he just don't shoot.
He
Ben
do
Simmons
everything
not
else.
bad, but at this point,
He's
bro,
the worst All-Star in the NBA.
I gotta look up all the All-Stars.
He's about to win Defensive Player of the Year. He's the worst All-Star.
He is going to
The
win
worst
Defensive
All-Star in
Player
the
of the Year.
NBA.
And that's another thing. He can defend. I'm not saying he's gonna stop anybody on Brooklyn, but he can defend. He can make it hard.
He can
like
make
I
it tough.
said.
I would put him on KD, but yeah, he can make it tough for anybody because his speed and his size. But he's the worst All-Star in the NBA. So we'll be out west with it now.
He's looking at these All-Stars, trying to figure out.
He might be.
Chris Middleton made the All-Star team.
Nah,
Oh, okay. I just
he might be, bro.
no shade to Chris Middleton. I just
Give me Chris.
I
Middleton.
would say
Mike
Mike
Conley.
Conley, but nah, I take
Mike Conley was a
Conley.
replacement.
Yeah, I'm about to say I'll take
Yeah,
Mike
he wasn't-
Conley
he was-
over.
nah,
Conley is
I'm
balled
taking
out.
Ben Simmons over Mike Conley, but he was
Right now, yeah, but Conley at his peak was better than this.
Conley was a beast. I love him, Mike Conley.
Yeah, Ben Simmons is the worst.
All-Star in the NBA.
Yeah.
So out west.
Damn, yeah.
That's crazy, right?
I really had to look at that shit too. Like, damn. Yeah, give me the Lakers in 5.
Over Utah?
Yes, 5.
So here's my thing, right? I think the
I think
Lakers
that's the
go.
easiest matchup for y'all.
I think Portland is, but I think the Lakers go as LeBron James goes. If he's LeBron James, Lakers in 6. If he's not
If he's
LeBron
GOAT
James,
James.
if he's not LeBron James,
because he's LeBron
that
James.
series
right
could go either way to me. Only because I watched when we played Utah. When LeBron was playing, Utah hit every shot. We lost by like 20. I just think if we aren't aggressive on offense,
That has been
we're gonna
LeBron's
lose.
issue is aggressiveness.
We're gonna lose. But
And not even that,
the
because
Lakers struggle to score. They struggle to manufacture offense, and I don't know why.
Our supporting cast is not really supporting anything.
They only
Except
got two.
Caruso.
They only-
Caruso, he shows up in the playoffs.
He does.
He shows up.
His jumper didn't last year, but
Yeah.
he does everything else, so it's fine. But my thing with
Kuzma,
the Lakers
nothing.
is Frank Vogel. You need to understand that it is not illegal to play Trez and Marc Gasol in the same game. It's not any rules against that. You can actually play them both. It's all right. I promise you, it really is.
Please, because Trez will definitely give us some scoring.
And
points.
Trez went off in game 1 and played 0 minutes in game 2.
Yeah, I don't get why he didn't play. That's
It's goofy. He doesn't know how to play Gasol and Trez. You can put Trez to 4, Gasol to 5. Especially the way Kuzma's struggling. You can cut his minutes down.
Right, facts.
He's not giving us anything.
He is the worst Laker right now. God damn.
He probably is.
Jesus.
Did they pay him?
He got 3 years,
Yeah.
40. He didn't.
It wasn't what he
Yeah.
thought he was going to get.
I'm about to say it's crazy because I agree with you. I usually would say like fucking Caldwell Pope or
I mean, he's been off this series and he still
no,
gives
but
me
he
Kuzma.
plays deep.
Still-
That's
still
what I'm
gives me
saying.
Kuzma.
Even Matthews, they playing defense. Kuz, you're not giving us nothing.
Wes
Like,
Matthews is terrible.
Yeah, give me Kuzma over Wes
over
Matthews.
On the
That's
You
it.
saw my
That's the
face.
only one.
You
That's
saw
the only
my
one.
face.
Anybody except Wes Matthews.
on the
Matthews.
defense tip.
Yes.
I mean,
He had one situation against.
where you forced a turnover.
Yeah,
That's cool. I get it.
nah.
Give me Kuzma.
But Kuzma ain't giving us
Give me
nothing this
Kuzma.
series,
I'm
bro.
sorry, yo. Wes Matthews washed.
Yeah, he's-
Washed.
Although I will say he got the best 3-point celebration in the NBA. That arrow shooting is fire. Fire.
Lakers in.
Well, let's hope that he.
I'm not betting against LeBron. I mean, y'all know greatest basketball player of all
How
time.
many games? We all
Against
knew who
Utah?
I was picking.
say 6.
Yeah, I agree with Brad. I'll say 6. I think Utah, like DC said, they're hitting shots. They can't get the Lakers' problems, but I just think LeBron's going to get better as the playoffs
I
go
think
on.
Utah has no answer for Anthony Davis.
I
That's
can agree
if
with
he
that.
shows up
True.
to play because you know he like
He is a
playing it, too.
50-50. He is a 50-50.
He like playing it too.
And they don't have an answer for LeBron James. And I think LeBron can go out there and if he's playing like LeBron, he can go out and
What
give
does
you
that even mean still? At
the
this
greatest
point?
basketball player of all time.
Second best.
Yeah, right there.
Moving on. Let's go to the one that
You said if he win a championship this year.
I'll give it to him.
First of all, let's just say this:
he
if the
gets
Lakers win a
Brooklyn-
championship this year, LeBron is the GOAT. 7 seed, playing, going through the teams he got to go to. Probably going to have to beat Brooklyn or somebody Milwaukee out the East. Oh, he GOAT.
definitely Brooklyn.
Number 2.
Nah, if he win this year, you gotta give it to him.
Number 2.
You gotta give it to him.
He's probably going to beat Portland
Still got
or
more
Denver.
losses than wins.
And how many games he missed? He missed like 20 something.
Like 22 or something like that. How,
AD
Nah, it was close
missed
to the
like
30. It's
yeah.
close to the
AD
30
missed
games
30
missed.
something.
All right.
7.
So,
Yo, nah.
Bronze, you got to get that man his flowers.
Because they
Lakers-
was talking
Lakers
about
next.
last year was too easy. This
That's
year
what
was
I'm saying.
hard.
That
Right
depends
now.
on LeBron James.
And they got to go
It's
on the
going
road.
7.
They're going to have to go on the
It's
road.
going 7, but that series depends on
We
LeBron
talking about
James.
finals.
Lakers
Yes.
Nets.
I'm gonna say as of right now, the Laker team that I see
Is
presently,
losing.
Nets and 6.
Thank
The
you.
Laker team that I see right now, Nets and 6. But if LeBron comes to play, Lakers and 7.
I agree. And I honestly think that's what he's doing.
He's
Saving
biding
his
his
energy.
time. He's
Yeah,
smart.
you feel me?
It's a marathon.
Because he know he going to have to
if
put
LeBron
up.
is 29, 8-8, Lakers and
He
7.
going to have to put up the that Golden State
As we
type
progress through the
numbers.
playoffs, you have more time off between games, like 3 weeks. You know how they take forever. He's gonna be fine. Rich Paul, Maverick Carter. You know we got some things we working on. Hey, look, we in the lab. He's gonna be all right. Don't worry. All right, he's gonna get it done.
If it's the current Lakers, Nets in 5. If LeBron comes to play, I still got Nets in 7. That's if the way y'all playing currently is not championship basketball.
Not at all.
whatsoever. If Kuzma can hit and things like that as
If
well,
Kuzma show up, it's Lakers and 6. It's Lakers and 6 if Kuz show up. Because that's now 3 people that are actually scoring. Like,
yeah. I that's the most intriguing matchup. It's what everybody wants to see.
Agreed.
If we can just skip forward to that point,
I would like to see Bucks Nets as well.
Yeah, I agree. We
I
can
would
see
like that matchup.
Then I can see maybe yes, give me the finals. Yeah, you're right. Give me the finals. So you're right.
Bucks Nets and then the finals.
Because the only other matchup we would really want to see is Clippers, Lakers, and we're
We
not
probably
going to
aren't
I
see
don't
that.
even really want to see that. Honestly,
I wouldn't. At
this point,
honestly, the only thing I don't mind seeing Kawhi versus LeBron.
The only thing is the Clippers is probably the only team in the West that could beat the Lakers 4 times, but they
No.
ain't gonna get to them.
Give me the Portland Trailblazers beat the fucking
I'm just
Lakers
saying,
4 times
I just think
before
they're
the
the only
Clippers.
team that
And
can
niggas
beat
know
them
how
4 times.
I was on the Clippers actually doing something, but the way that roster is constructed, they aren't able to beat anybody but themselves.
If that.
But like I said, if the Lakers continue to struggle offensively, give me the Nets in 5. If not, give me the Nets in 7. I do think that this will be an amazing series.
If LeBron
If
James
the Lakers
plays.
play,
Yeah.
I think that could be an amazing series, one for the ages. It'll definitely give you those Warriors Cavs-esque kind of game to game, just feels and things like that. So it could definitely be something to ponder. Let that sizzle in your spirit.
Word to country, Wayne.
Anything else?
I'm done. You can close this out.
Go James America. Like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment. Let us know you think going to the chip. Series you're looking out for. Anything we missed. So next time, y'all, we gone.